Welcome to a Cosmic Energy Update with multidimensional energy specialist Raquel Spencer.
Well, hello everyone. This is Raquel and welcome. I am really honored that you're sharing this time with me, with this soul group, with those that have gathered. Today is the 333 portal. We are smack dab in the middle of it. And it's really a beautiful and exciting time to be an aware individual because this is happening across the board, regardless of your level of awareness or your frequency level, or however you want to label it, because this is truly a cosmic event that is happening. It is it's an upgrade that's coming through. And so what's happening, and I want to really just step back for a moment and give you some perspective, because many of you may have been aware, if you look back over the last 7 days, maybe even a little bit longer than that, maybe even the last couple of weeks, you may have begun to notice a theme happening. Because many of you were in the process, again, whether you were aware of it and actually working towards it and facilitating it, which many of us were, or not, there was a opportunity in the last couple of weeks to really collapse timelines, and bring more of your life force into this conscious now moment. And I want to take just a minute to kind of give you an overview of what we're talking about. So we all know, or we all have heard, I hope, at least multiple times now, we live in a hologram. And when I talk about living in a hologram, it's not just Earth. It's not just our source system, our solar system, our galaxy, or our universe that is playing in this holographic reality. It is a totality of all of it. All of it is part of the hologram. And as an individualized point of light, experiencing and expressing in the now moment, our capacity to work within the holographic reality to collapse other aspects of where our individual unique signature frequency is experiencing. So if you were to try to maybe look at this at another way, another example of how to explain this. We are one projected movie going on. It's like we're watching a movie. We're in the movie. We are actually the key actor, the lead in this movie. But there are hundreds of thousands, if not, millions of movies playing simultaneously. And our awareness, our energy, our source spark, the individual I am essence that is you, your signature frequency, is actually in many of those other movies. And they're all playing simultaneously. And it's all part of the holographic program that is happening. And so that, I hope, gives you maybe a little different way to look at what's been transpiring. Because what's happening is many of us in the last couple of weeks have stopped playing or turned off the other movies that are playing simultaneously. And we've just shut off the projector, quite frankly. And we've pulled in that aspect of ourselves, our I am presence, our soul, our unique signature frequency. We're talking semantics right now because it's your essence of your consciousness, your spark of light, that is uniquely you in those other movies that were going on simultaneously, and pulling them into this now moment, into this movie reel, if you will. And turning off those other movies, those other programs, those other realities, yes, realities that we're playing. And so this has been going on really massively intensely. That's a weird way to put it, but it's really been happening at a very large scale over the last week. And so many of you may have experienced a lot of dream time, deja vu. Deja vu is just the recognition that this is happening somewhere else. And really, your soul, your higher self, the I am that is working within all of these, has chosen to pull its source energy, its light, out of these movie projections, out of these other realities, and bring that energy into this movie projection, into this reality, into this now moment. And many of you may be asking, why? Why this one? For many of you, this is the highest consciousness timeline reality movie that you are playing in. It's where you come to the highest level of conscious understanding about the fact that we are in a hologram, that we are consciousness that is playing out in multiple reels, if you will. And that it is really how we perceive and the ability within the constructs of our human divine vehicle, i.e. our body, how we perceive energy in our reality around us. And so this has been a really exciting time because many of you have been, and I use the semantics and the words again, collapsing realities. You've been pulling your essence out of different experiences that are going on, past, present, even future, simultaneously, alternate realities, all of these things, to bring as much of your core essence, your divine spark, your light into this now moment. And it's been really powerful for many of you. A lot of lifetimes where you are not as conscious, you are not playing at the same level of understanding of the fact that you are a multidimensional master of light, that you do co-create your own reality, that you are in charge of how you perceive the experience, and you've chosen to merge as much of yourself into this now moment. And so this has been really exciting to do because as we now sit in this portal, this gateway, this 333, and I call it the Trinity code because it is mind, body, spirit. I mean, there's so many connotations to the word Trinity in our belief systems. So it was a really powerful word to help you understand the merging of mind, matter, spirit, body, the Trinity force of bringing this forward. And the fact that, of course, Trinity is always three. And we are sitting on the third day of the third month in a galactic year that is a 3. And so it's a 333. There's our Trinity again. But again, we always look at things. There's always symbology. There's always mathematics. There's always formulas that work with the higher mind to help us move through this hologram. And what does 333 add up to? That's a 9. And for all of us who live in this reality and have studied this or heard of this, 9 for the mathematical system that we are in, 9 is the completion. It's the last one. And then we start to a 1-0 again in the binary code. It resets at 1-0, 10, which is binary code, right? So we're at a 9. The 333 adds up to a 9. And it's a very significant mathematical to help us understand as we pull through this completion and move into a new understanding of how we perceive. Because quite frankly, your body is, and I've said this forever, if you've heard me, and if you're new, if this is your first time with me, I do and have stated for decades that the way I perceive is that you are a supercomputer of light. Your body, your energy systems are a supercomputer that run light frequency as information. And so as we go through this portal, your body's getting ready to reset, to move into a new understanding of how to read the light code. And so we've been collapsing parallel realities, alternate realities, past, present, and future, and bringing as much of our energy, our consciousness into this now moment, into this reality, this movie reel. And so super exciting, because the more we have embodied within this particular vehicle of light, some people call it their avatar body, because it is literally, it is the vehicle for you to create, live, understand, function, and experience this reality. You can't do it outside of a body. So in this particular hologram, in this particular experience that we call our earth life, we are here getting ready to really upshift the way our body reads the light code. And that is incredibly exciting. And so many of you who have been experiencing that, bravo, bravo. Those of you have been actively working it. And I know there's been several, of the soul group that have been working with me all week long, diligently to collapse as much as we can for the soul group as a collective of our soul group of light beings, star seeds that are currently incarnate on the planet, to be able to facilitate as much of this shift for as many of us as possible. And again, I'm talking about our soul group, the conscious beings of light that are on mission, which all of you are, to raise the consciousness and shift the paradigm of understanding that we are multidimensional masters of light in a holographic reality, creating each and every breath, each and every thought. And so as we sit in this amazing portal, the body is getting ready to go through another upshift, another upgrade, a transformation, to be able to read the code of light, the binary code of light, in a different way, to shift our perceptions, to raise our ability to truly master this reality. So, that's a lot of information. And it's really exciting, because it is all about how we perceive and what we believe. We are here to shift the paradigm based upon how we perceive and what we believe is possible. And I want to take it back to a very simple and beautiful story that kind of hits it on the head of the story. And I'm just paraphrasing, probably very poorly at this point, but the stories we've all heard of children who, I don't know, let's take the one where a child loses a finger, gets caught off in some kind of tragic event. And that child doesn't have any framework to believe that it can't just grow back. Doesn't believe that. It isn't bought into that belief system. And so the child's able to regrow that finger. And there's many, 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 many stories like this. That's just a paraphrase of one. And it's all because of the belief system and the way they perceive their reality. There was never a doubt for that child that they couldn't regrow. Why not? Grow hair, grow nails, why not? It wasn't even in the belief system. Therefore, it was absolutely possible to do. We, being in this holographic reality, in this way of experiencing life, there's a lot of programs, and I'm going to, for sake of a way to describe it, viruses within your supercomputer that play those belief systems in a way, those thoughts and those realities that still keep us bound to those untruths, those beliefs that we're not capable, that we are victim, that we can't, or this is wrong or that is wrong. And so part of this process that we're going through with this particular 333 gateway is to remove as many of those viruses as we possibly can. We've collapsed a lot of timelines, pulled in as much of our life force energy, our source essence. And now as we move through this, it is a reprogram. It is a reboot. It is an upgrade to activate, to change the way our physical body reads the light codes, reads the data coming in from all levels of consciousness, all frequency bands. And so that we can change the perspective and change the beliefs, because that's how we change the reality. And yes, we start with our individual experience, but as more and more and more of the collective of this soul group begin to shift the way they perceive and change the belief systems and how it runs in the signature body that you're operating in right now, that allows it to become that much easier for others to shift into the new paradigm. And so I know that was a really long explanation, sorry, of what's happening, but I wanted you to really be aware. This is a graduation, a completion out of the old paradigm into the next level. And it's at the level that our human personalities can handle, because we can't shift from 1 to 100 in a blink of a second, because we'd all go insane. Quite frankly, we have to do this in incremental steps. The problem is most of the humanity isn't taking the steps. They're not moving up the ladder of consciousness, as we call it, the awareness, the awakening. They're staying within those old programs, and they're not debugging their operating system and their hardware, which is our bodies. And so this is what is happening, so that we can move incrementally up the next level of how the body, the system, the nervous system, the brain, all of it responds to the light code, i.e. all of the data, and begins to shift into a new paradigm and a new reality. So it's incredibly exciting times, and I'm so honored to be a part of it, to be helping to shed the light, bring the awareness and the understanding. And I'm glad you're here with me and on this journey of massive, accelerated awakening.